Chyba można grać. Tutorial. Chyba jeszcze za głośno mam troszeczkę. No i co? Constructor. Patrz, jakie krowy tu są.
So, you think you can make it in the world of Constructor? Your predecessor was not up to the job. You think you can cope
Dawaj,
with the
po czesku
demands of
lecimy.
the city council and the mob, let alone those annoying tenants?
No dobra.
I'll get it in the neck if I don't explain some of the basics to you. Your ever important cursor
Czyli
is
mam być po
controlled
prostu
using the
konstruktorem i
mouse.
konstruktować
You can
rzeczy.
push scroll the
Proste.
map by moving to the sides of the screen.
Okej.
Well, there's no flies on you, are there?
Czy
You
jakie
can move
owce?
the camera view around using the cursor keys. Why don't you have a look around now?
A powiedzcie mi
You can
taką
zoom
rzecz.
right out by pressing delete or rolling the mouse scroll wheel towards you.
No super.
Well done. You're not as daft as you look. You can zoom back in by pressing insert
A, tu jest drugi
or rolling the
konstruktor.
mouse scroll wheel away from you. This is your HQ, center of
No
all
właśnie też
things
wygląda mi
important.
na jakiś remaster,
You'd
nie?
best
Jakiejś
protect
starej
it like it
gierki.
was one of your own. If this burns down, it'll be curtains for you. But don't worry, we'll dig you a nice
coś o tym
grave
wie?
in the yard. Rather than standing around picking your nose, let's get going by selecting this geezer. Point your cursor at his feet and press the left mouse button. This is your foreman. You'll need him to build your property empire. He will instruct his own work team to do all the hard graft for you, whilst he files the risk assessments. You can move him around by pointing where you wanted to move to and pressing the right mouse button. And here they come. Your workers have finally got out of bed to do some hard graft. Send your foreman to the beacon we've just placed outside the HQ entrance by pointing
Jakiś
and
wkurzający
pressing the
dźwięk.
right mouse button. His work team will always tag along. That was a long walk, wasn't it? Every foreman can have a work group of up to 5 workers.
I
If
co
you
on ma
have a
robić?
full group, they'll be far more efficient. So you better add 2 more workers to this guy's team.
Zapachołek.
Select the flashing work team button and make the group up to 5 workers. Select spare workers on the right to fill the team up to 5. And then choose the flashing group selection icon to bring them together. Great job. You're getting the idea with these flashing icons.
No dobra, no idzie. Niech idą już mi szukać nowych tych.
Right, enough of all this poncing about. Time to do some building. Let's start by placing your first building site. So let's head on over to the estate agent. The lumber yard will be your first resource, which is handy
Okej,
for a
najpierw
player like
tartak
you.
muszę zbudować.
Get it up and running to supply wood for your future buildings. Try finding a legal position to place the site by moving the cursor footprint around. You can tell which land you own because it's glowing your team colour. Position the cursor over where you want to build. If the cursor is red, then it's not a legal position. The arrows show which direction the gate will face. Would you look
No
at
i
that?
elegancko.
A brand spanking new
Robimy
building site.
tartak.
To view the site, press the left mouse button. Would you look at that? A brand spanking new
Nie no, ten
building
koleś
site.
musi gadać, bo on
To view
tutorial
the
mówi
site,
nam co
press
mamy
the
robić.
left mouse button whilst hovering over the footings. To start working on this building, bring your men onto the site. This can be done by simply clicking on the Call Work Team icon. Alternatively, you could just tell your foreman to walk his sorry feet over there. Would you look at that? A brand spanking new building site. To view the site, press the left mouse button whilst hovering over the... To start working on this building, bring your men onto the site. Would you look at that? A brand spanking new building site. To view the site, press the left mouse button whilst hovering over the footings. Congratulations! You have finished your first lumber yard. To restock it, move a work team into the building. Watch them build. It's a real delight. If these guys keep up their day job, they'll gain experience and become much more reliable.
Aha, i tu jest
The
napisane, ilu ich
lumberyard
jest w
will be
środku.
your source of wood for years to come. Press the left mouse button whilst hovering over the building foundations, or click the new icon that's appeared on the left-hand side of the screen. To restock this resource, call the work team into the building. Now, let's have you stock the building up to 10 units of wood.
Czyli
To
co,
speed
10
up wood
drewna.
production, you can call a second team into the building.
Czyli tu są 2 teamy workerów, no dobra.
Nearly there. Just get it up to 10 units. You've made enough of a racket, but now we've got enough wood to start building our next
Tu jest
property.
kasa, to nie wiem
Go
co
to
to
the
jest.
estate agent to see your new choices.
A, increase speed game.
There are now more choices of buildings you can create.
O, możemy coś jeszcze
Click on the
zbudować.
homes icon to see what's new. You now have access to 3 low-grade tenant houses. We want you to build a log cabin, which will fit neatly beside your lumber yard. You can change the selected building type by using the directional buttons. Press the left mouse button to place site.
Aha, mogę ją tak obracać, dobra.
Well,
No dobra.
that one's squeezed in nicely. Now you need to call a work team to finish the job. If your teams are busy, click on your foreman using the left mouse button and move him to the site by pointing and clicking the right button. Whilst people are inside a building, a flag appears outside. You can click on the base of his brown flag using the left button to select him. Well done! Your first home has been completed and is ready to be rented out for the first time. Building a variety of
Dobra,
types of
zrobiłem
houses
pierwszy dom.
will
Patrzcie,
expand
chcielibyście w
your
takim
choices in the
mieszkać?
future. Congratulations on your first tenant house, even if it is a bit naff. To look inside and choose a tenant, hover your pointer over the base of the building and press the left mouse. This place is obviously empty. To put a tenant in this house, click on the Appoint Tenant icon. There are 5 levels of tenant, from the riffraff to the toffs. I'm afraid you're scraping the bottom of the barrel at this stage.
O kurde, będziemy musieli jakiś Januszy
Take
wprowadzić.
this dodgy-looking pair. Whilst they have plenty of... These slobs will do exactly what we need. They'll breed like rabbits to create extra workers and tenants. They've moved in and made themselves at home. Don't you love what they've done with the decor? You can find out what these tenants like and don't like by clicking on their picture. These slobs are the lowest level of tenant that you can get. They're good for breeding quickly, are quite
Szybko
noisy
się
and
rozmnażają,
can cause
robią dużo
problems for their
hałasu
neighbours. But as long as you don't annoy them, they
i
can be
sprawiają
fairly
problemy
self-contained
sąsiadom.
and don't expect too much in the way of luxuries.
No dobra.
These areas give you information about the house and its tenant. Hover your pointer over each of the areas to find out more info. Use the cursor keys to move easily between icons. Currently, these guys are paying rent, but we need to expand our empire and breed more workers. Click on the worker icon to have them start breeding a worker instead.
Co? Oni mi od razu spłodzą...
Bundle of joys
Oni
on
mi
each one.
spłodzą robotnika.
This display shows you how
Czujecie
long
to?
before your worker will report for duty at your HQ.
Czekajcie sekundę. Oni mi od razu spłodzą robotnika.
To make your tenants a bit more active in the bedroom and deliver your children quicker, I suggest you upgrade their bedroom. Click on the Redecorate Rooms button.
Mogę im
There
przerobić
are 4 rooms in this gaff. Each of these rooms has a different
i
benefit,
ulepszyć łóżko
such
im
as
mogę.
increasing life expectancy, relieving stress, reducing repairs, and increasing birth rate, which is what we need right now. Please select the bedroom. What a dump! There are several
Mają nocnik.
stages for each room that must be better than this. Select Upgrade Room to start redecorating.
Dobra, ulepszamy.
You will need to call a work team inside the building to complete the upgrade.
Marvellous. Your team has completed the new bedroom.
No, elegancko.
Doesn't that look better? Hopefully it'll have the desired effect. Let's go back to the main screen and see how they are getting on.
Fajna ta
You
gra,
will notice
skomplikowana
that
taka.
the birth rate has improved. The faster the dial goes round, the quicker the next baby will appear. Just like in real life. They do slow down as they produce more children, but the happier they are, the quicker they breed. And more rent they are willing to pay.
Widzicie, im są szczęśliwszy, tym więcej
Everyone
będą
wants a
płacić
nice garden
za
to go
wynajem
with their
i
house, so
więcej
let's
dzieci
start
robić.
by improving the fence. At the moment, you only have a limited selection of fences available. This tenant particularly likes the privet hedge, of course. Please select and purchase it. You need to get those lazy workers off their tea break and out into the yard to do some more work. Please call them back out. Each fence
Dobra, i
has
zrobię
a
teraz-
different defensive ability,
O.
as well as being aesthetically pleasing for your tenants. That looks much better and will keep your tenant happy. Now let's leave the house and have a look around. You can quickly see what each house is producing. Rent, workers, or more tenants, as
Aha.
shown by the floating icon above the house.
Od razu wiemy
If
po tej
something
ikonie,
else
co
is
ten
wrong,
domek
it will
robi.
be shown there instead.
Robotników.
Now we need to teach you how to look after your estates. Let's introduce you to one of our other characters, the repairman. Please select this fine gentleman over here. Your
Repairman, to jest koleś,
repairman's
który
a right
naprawia.
spanner. If you switch on auto repair, he will circle around all of your buildings on his current estate, repairing them one after another for you. Tidy.
Dobra, auto repair mu damy.
Alternatively, you can manually prioritize
I on będzie sam
your
chodził i
work by
naprawiał
moving
nam
him
budynku.
inside a particular building. Once the property is in immaculate condition, he will move on to his next job. Hello, hello. What's going on here? This dude looks like he's up to no good.
O kurde, a ten kradnie nam, czy on nam ukradł deskę?
Someone has stolen some resources from your site on Katie Swallow's estate. It might not be too late to catch him and get them back. Too late!
What do you
He's
want?
disappeared down your tube station and he
Kurde,
seems
uciekł.
to have stolen all your wood. You'll need to restock that place.
Yeah,
Get
right.
one of your teams back inside your lumber yard. Looks like something's kicking off in here. Let's have a look inside the house.
Some people are never happy. They've sent a complaint letter to the council. Click on
Patologia.
their heads to see what's wrong.
Co się stało?
Your factory's been going day and night. We can't stand the noise no more. Close it down for a bit or give us some double glazing.
O kurde.
Some people are...
They are obviously not happy
Nie lubię
living
mieszkać koło
next to a
tartaku.
loud factory. Better keep them sweet by getting your work team out of there.
Spajtakus, 10 lat suba. Zrób chociaż jeden stream w miesiącu, bo nie ma kiedy suba zostawić. No chyba Spajtakus chyba w tym miesiącu zrobiłem kilkanaście streamów. Dobra.
Hello?
Co mam zrobić? Aha, out of the factory.
Righto. 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 Hey?
That was easy to deal
Dobra,
with.
nie ma nikogo.
They're not always as simple as that. However much you have, it's never enough. I think you need to buy some extra land for your next building project.
Potrzebujemy więcej
Please
terenu.
select the world map icon. Use the left mouse button to select individual estates. The larger the estate, the more expensive it will be. Please select the Brompton estate.
No dobra, kupiłem
Now we've
już.
got some more land. You can finally build your next home. Go back into your estate agent and see what's available. Now it's time to create another of the tenant homes. Once you have created at least one of each, it will unlock more variety. Please select a simple lodge this time. Right, you can now place this lodge anywhere on your new estate. You will see that you can orientate the house by moving it closer to one side than another. or you can cycle through the directions by pressing the right mouse button.
Tak, tak,
Once
tak.
happy
Wiem
with the
wszystko.
position, press the left mouse button to place it. Now
Dobra.
get those work teams on site to finish the building off. Now you need to put a tenant in this new lodge. Please use the slob tenants
Musimy-
again, like before.
Znów tych
Each
samych.
tenant has a certain life expectancy. You have a limited number of tenants, so you must breed more, so they will be ready for when you need them later in the game. Please instruct your new tenants to breed a level 1 tenant. Well done! Now to speed
Czyli
up
oni
the
będą
breeding
robić teraz
process,
więcej
you should
mieszkańców.
improve their bedroom, like last time.
Dobra, i znów im przerabiamy ten pokój.
Now, please improve their fence to keep them happy. A picket fence would look very nice.
Które to jest picket fence? To jest picket.
Okay. A larger garden will please your tenant more and make it easier to decorate the garden with objects. You can push out the edges of the plot by holding Shift and pressing the cursor keys. Once happy with the location of your Soweto hut, place it by pressing the left mouse button.
Ja, hallo. Ja. Uwe, hej.
No ale nie mogę, bo już wyszedłem z tego. Kurwa, coś mi się teraz z grą zrobiło. No bo powinienem teraz im ogródek jeszcze ulepszyć, ale nie mogę.
A larger garden
Dobra, już.
will please your tenant more and make it easier to decorate the garden with objects. You can push out the edges of the plot by holding Shift and pressing the cursor keys.
Righto.
Once happy with the location of your Soweto hut,
Hello?
place it by pressing the left
Righto.
mouse button.
Righto.
Kurde, no nie mogę. Show home. Oj, zjebałem, bo wyszedłem z tego. No i co mam teraz robić? Wiecie, nie mogę kliknąć już buduj ogrodu, a oni chcą, żebym... Aha. A może mam po prostu Sweato House zbudować w tym momencie, dobra.
Now, get one of your work teams on site to finish this building off.
Dobra, okej, jest okej. Wiem, że mamy zrobić więcej ogródka, ale to nie mogłem już zrobić go.
Due to the high quality of your shacks, the council surveyor is going to let you build some proper houses after you've built the cement yard. This house now needs a tenant who will start paying us rent. We have a business. It is possible to force tenants to pay more rent. Doing this will make them less happy, which may cause you problems, so be careful. Now, let's push their rent up by at least 25%.
25%
To
będą
make
więcej
sure
płacić.
you keep track of what's going on in the world when inside a building, you can toggle the radar on or off by pressing the R key. Have a go before you exit the house. To look after these new houses, please select
want?
your other repairman. Move him to the Brompton estate
Hello.
and set him auto
Hello.
repairing. I think it's time to buy another larger estate to give you room to expand your
Dobra.
empire. Please buy the Beaverbrook estate on the world map screen.
Beaverbrook Estate muszę kupić.
After building all the level 1 tenant houses, you can now build a cement factory on your new plot of land. Select the cement factory. Now it's time to finish the building off.
Dobra,
Get
fabrykę
one of your
cementu
work
teraz
teams
robię.
on site and start building.
Za długi, ja nie lubię takich długich tutoriali.
The cement works has been finished and is now up and running. Now start some real buildings. We ought to get another one of them repairmen searching this estate, but we don't have any spare. Here's how to knock out new ones in your HQ. If you click on the HQ icon in the top left using the right mouse button, it will scroll the map to its location. Alternatively, using the left mouse button will take you straight inside. This is your HQ screen, which allows you to monitor how many people and
patrzcie,
tenants
kwatera
you
główna.
currently have or are in production. In here, you can also convert workers into other characters. Convert 3 spare workers into a repairman by clicking the icon. Now, set this new repairman to auto-repair on the Beaverbrook estate.
Hello.
Nie wiem jak to robić, żeby on Beaverbrook Estate akurat naprawiał. Tu go wysyłam.
We now need a gadget factory to start manufacturing products to keep your tenants happy.
Gadget Factory.
Select the gadget factory and place it on your new estate. Now, get one of your work teams on site to finish this building off.
Dobra, Gadget Factory.
You don't have enough resources to finish the building. You will need to send a work team back to the resource to restock it before work continues.
Dobra, muszę zrobić cementu więcej, bo nie ma. Się zaraz zaczną wkurzać, jak ci zaczną pracować, czy nie?
Right. Yeah. 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 Whoa.
Dobra, robią drewno, wysłałem tu 2 robotników teraz.
Your factory has been completed, allowing houses and gardens to start being improved. Gadgets for houses, such as computers to create the next level of tenants, will soon be available.
Patrzcie, można
Welcome
robić
to
jakieś
your
te...
gadget factory. Here you can build many items to enhance the inside and outside of your houses. Planting trees in your tenants' gardens will give them the shade they need to dodge the sun's rays. It'll stop them complaining too. Select the trees icon and then click again to add it to the queue. The figure in the bottom right corner shows the number waiting to be produced. You will need to call a work team into the building to complete the production.
No i oni teraz
It's a
będą
shame
robić
money
drzewa do
doesn't grow on
domów.
trees that quickly. Now that they're in stock, you can choose where to place them by clicking the deliver icon. Please put 2 trees in a single garden. Use the left mouse button to place a marker, and a delivery man will bring it to the site shortly. Just make sure it is in a legal position in the garden. Once you have placed all the objects that you wish to, press the right mouse button to exit the mode.
Righto.
Oh yes, I can smell their green
Righto.
fingers from here.
Righto.
Now return to the gadget factory to see what else will improve your tenants' lives.
Co można robić? Szyby?
More gadgets are now available. The Okie Kokie 2000 is a state-of-the-art personal computer which will enrich child
Patrzcie,
education.
komputer będziemy robili.
Build lots of computers so we can start producing better tenants. Now, let's get one of these delivered to your posh Soweto hut. Select the deliver button to have your delivery guy personally transport it. Target the Soweto hut and press the right mouse button to begin the delivery.
Delivery guy teraz idzie z komputerem do domu. To jest w ogóle jakieś bez sensu. Zbliżam się już podobno do końca tutorialu.
Plug and play. Let's go inside and check the gadget screen to see if they've turned it on correctly.
4 in stock.
Oh my! You can really see the 256 colours in all their glory. Gadgets can also be collected by the tenant himself to avoid waiting for a delivery. Now, with the computer installed, this property is able to produce next level tenants. Please select the level 2 tenant. This level 2 tenant will be the perfect choice for our state-of-the-art bungalow. So let's go build one whilst we wait for the whippersnapper to mature.
Bungalow możemy zrobić.
Oh, I've always wanted a bungalow. Get your work team on site to build it. Production has halted. An enemy spy has wandered on site. We need to get rid of him as soon as possible.
Szpieg wrogów.
Your workers can attack any enemy character.
Righto, eh?
Select one of your workers and then hover over the enemy and press the right mouse button to attack. Alternatively, you can select multiple characters by lassoing them. Good job.
No i pobiliśmy,
Now to
widzieliście?
just finish off the building work. Now, time to get an appropriate tenant for this little box. Select either of the
Listen,
level 2
you.
tenants,
Listen,
punks
you.
or students. The choice is yours. These guys will happily pay their rent every month, but there are quicker ways of making money. Let's step outside for a chat. Things in Constructor aren't always above board. A good way of making money is to steal someone else's hard-earned
Możemy coś
assets
ukraść komuś.
and then sell them quickly before someone comes knocking. To take over a property, first select one of your foremen. Now, take your foreman and his team to the beacon outside the gate of the enemy house by hovering over the beacon and pressing the right
Idziemy
mouse
na Jumę, patrzcie. Weźmiemy mini telewizory, wyciągniemy.
Target your foreman at this house by hovering over the footprint and pressing the right mouse button. Once he has demolished the entire fence, the house will be yours. Oh dear! Mario, the enemy's cousin, happens to be in town and he doesn't look happy. I think he might be saying hello to his little friend shortly. I walked you into that one, I'm afraid. It seems it's not always that easy. Hopefully they can put him back together. Luckily these foremen are a bit like cats, although without 9 lives.
No nie udało nam
Obviously
się
going to
ukraść
need
domu.
some underhand tactics of our own.
Potrzebujemy jakichś
Time
łobuzów.
to introduce you to the undesirables. We now have access to the hippie commune, home of the half-wit. Let's get one of those knocked up quick smart.
Hippie commune. Zbudujmy to gdzieś na końcu, bo to
These
później brudasy.
undesirable abodes take quite a lot of resources, so make sure you have enough and get your work team on site. Now, let's take a look inside the hippie commune by clicking on the base of the building. You seem to have got the lazy bugger out of bed. You can choose what to use him for by clicking on the pictures. Let's have us a street party. You can guide this dimwit by pointing where you want him to walk to and pressing the right mouse button.
I co, on teraz będzie tam imprezę robił?
Let's start a party outside the enemy house to distract his people. When the cursor goes green, you can select the hippie's target position.
Pamięta ktoś tą grę z dawnych czasów?
He's a bit slow, I'm afraid, but he'll get there in the end, because undesirables are not allowed on the Tube network. Watch him go! That should keep people distracted, so let's try taking that house over again using your foreman. Please select a foreman and target the house using the right mouse button.
Oh? Yeah.
Gdzie jest nasz foreman?
Child boom! Look at this rebel, the future of mankind. God help us. Watch him go! That should keep people distracted, so let's try taking that house over again using your foreman.
Dobra, przejmujemy
Please
ten dom.
select a foreman and target the house using the right mouse button. You can speed up the process by using multiple foremen, and you can use your workers to ward off anyone who tries to stop you.
Ciekawe.
Well done. You successfully took over that house. You should sell it now to make a quick buck. Go inside the house and click on the sell house icon. Right, I think I've spent enough of my precious time trying to teach you the ropes. You, my son, need to step up to the mark and take over day-to-day running. Now get a wriggle on and get some of the available houses
Czemu
built.
nerwa by miał tak
I'll be in
tańczyć?
touch. Don't call me, I'll call you. Kids these days.
Righto. Righto.
Ale co, ja mam grać dalej teraz?
Righto. Righto.
O, fuck.
Righto. Righto. Righto.
I leave you alone
Jak go bronić?
utter mayhem's broken out. The mob has got our HQ surrounded. There are gangsters everywhere. They're gonna blow us to kingdom come.
What?
You must have really upset the neighbours good and proper this time. I think I'll leave you to deal with things here.
Co się stało? Czemu mi wszystko zburzyli? No kurwa, jakiś koleś chodzi i mi wszystko burzy, jak go pokonać?
Hello. Yes. Yes. Team right. Hello.
Wszystko mi przyszli, podpalili i rozwalili mi. O co chodzi?
Aw, bad luck. Your HQ was blown to smithereens. Sweet dreams, sucker.
Dobra, to był tutorial.